something completely unexpected has happened. So I've been without my iPhone and using the Wisephone officially for just over a week. First and foremost, what my screen time is at, so I can measure it against what I went into this with. A weekly report, screen time average of 40 minutes on the Wisephone. I have been going through a migration process from Apple to the Wisephone to the Samsung phone, and it has been a process, so I'm still using the iPhone on Wi-Fi. Average screen time, 49 minutes. So that's 89 minutes. That's an hour and 29 minutes a day. The screen time before I made the transition on my iPhone alone, 3 hours and 45 up to 3 hours and 50 minutes a day. Crazy amount of time on my phone. So we were at 3 hours, 45 minutes, let's call it 3 hours, 45 minutes. I'm at an hour and 20 minutes, 1 week into the experiment. That's what we're going for. Huge jump, very excited about those numbers. Only gonna take it down from there. My 40 minutes a day on my Wisephone, I'm sure I can get better at it. I'm not sure if it's tracking when I'm using maps or Waze rather, but if it is, I might not be able to get that number down much more and I'll be fine with that. There's text messages I need to send, Slack messages I need to respond to, but no email, no browsing, no social media. 40 minutes, pretty happy with that. 49 on the iPhone, pretty happy with that. Grand total of an hour and 29 minutes, down from 3 hours and 45. Crazy numbers on week one. So what have I noticed week one? First of all, porting the number over to the Wisephone was super easy. I went with Mint Mobile service, so I switched carriers. I ported the number over and I signed up for the $15 a month subscription with Techless for their toolkit and ongoing operating system and support. Happy with that decision. The porting of the number over, very easy. The getting my contacts into this phone, also super easy. There's a Samsung Smart Switch, something like that, app that made the process super easy. And I got to actually select contacts only to bring over to this phone so I don't bog down this new device with all of my photos and login and cache and everything that I did not want from that phone anymore. I'm like, good riddance, goodbye, be gone. I'll eventually deal with the photos and the cloud and all that mess at some point. For now, everything's safe on that device. And this phone just has my contacts, brand new photo library, brand new everything, and I'm very happy about that. So again, that process, super simple. Brought the eSIM as well as a physical SIM, and everything was smooth. That said, the period of, I think it was 2, maybe 3 days, at least 2 full days, maybe 2.5, where I was in this no man's land between iMessage and just normal SMS, RCS texting with the Wisephone. I deregistered my account with iMessage through Apple on the website as instructed, ported my number over, turned iMessage off, removed my email address and my phone number in the iPhone settings to just make a clean break once and for all. And I don't know if this is normal just with swapping, migrating from iPhone to Android rather, but I wasn't receiving texts, especially from people with iPhones, even though I had done all the steps to make that official, restarted the device, reset network settings, did all the things. And I still found myself in this weird no man's land for 2 or 3 days where I still don't know if people texted me during that time and I didn't receive it. It was frustrating and I caught myself out and about, unable to resolve some things. But overall, I think it was by the 3rd day, halfway through the 3rd day, did another reset on the phone, restart on the phone rather, and everything seemed to resolve. So up and running, text messages, group messages. I can see the bubbles when people are typing from their iPhone. I can see, the double circles as to whether or not it's been read. Some of the things I like about iMessage, I apparently still have. So logistically, not the smoothest thing in the world. Again, I don't know if this was a Techless and Wisephone issue or if it was just a typical issue that people have coming from iMessage over to an Android phone. So it was frustrating. I did have moments of like, oh, what am I doing? Other than that, hiccups along the way. I don't think the Waze app, for whatever reason yesterday, I tried opening it probably 3 or 4 times by selecting the address from a text message. And then it would bring up open in maps and I'd click Waze and it was just stuck on the Waze screen with that little icon there. And it wouldn't open. So I opened it a different way and then just manually typed the address in and it worked. Every other time I've used Waze, I've been able to click it, open, no issues. And I'd say it was a 1.5 minute, 2 minute long diversion, inconvenience, whatever. And it totally resolved. I had no issues with it beyond that. It took me all the way, hour drive and home. Spotify is a little funny. The cover photos for podcasts and albums doesn't load on the app, at least for me. So when I go to my podcasts in Spotify, I'm having trouble seeing the podcast if it doesn't have the name written under it. Minor inconvenience, again, because part of my goal with using this is actually less podcasts, less consuming in general. So all my like songs are saved. I made them available offline. I think maybe 8 or 9 days so far, I've used 1.89 gigs of data. I have a plan with 15 gigs, so I have a little bit of flexibility if I need to use the hotspot when I'm out and about to solve some problems or use my computer or some other device. Very happy with the usage, very happy with the apps, and the complete user experience so far. I am thrilled logistically. Emotionally, presence. Yesterday was the day where I felt the magic happen, and this was the unexpected that I referenced in the beginning of the video here. I found myself really, really present and happy, and I had joy and I had energy at the gym and I had focus. My prayer life, my presence with my animals, we have a senior dog. She's 15. In a lot of ways, she's become more of a chore than anything. We have to pick her up to bring her outside and bring her back inside. She has accidents. So my time with her, regretfully, lately has been like a chore. And I love this animal so much. And just past couple days, I've just been finding myself sitting with her. And when it's time to take her out, rather than just kind of pick her up, I'll spend a few moments with her. And wake her up gently and slowly, and did some version of that before, but it was half-hearted. Sitting outside brushing my other dog, a puppy who squirms. He's got a huge coat. He's a big dog to begin with. I'm just dropping into the rhythms of what's expected of me these past couple days, without resistance, without frustration, without a hurried feeling, a rushed feeling that I have often carried with me. I haven't felt that these past 2 days. I've taken what's in front of me and dealt with it as needed of me at that time, and it feels really, really good. Like really good. If I have to pause something I'm doing with work and I hear my son and my wife maybe could use some support, it's not this like, oh, gotta go do this thing. It's like I just step up and go tend to what is the need of the hour without a bunch of resistance and contracting going into it. I'm just kind of like expanding. And this, it's not this like life-changing overnight thing that has happened, but that feeling of these past couple of days is unexpected for me this early on in the journey. You know, according to the Wise Techless roadmap, I'm ahead of the curve. I was expecting a little bit more frustration, a little bit more reaching for that phone, a little bit more just checking the device to see if I have notifications. I do that more than I would like, but still, I feel like I'm getting into this vista of clarity that they projected a little bit further down the line. And I'm feeling a sense of liberation and presence and happiness and joy and gratitude. That was tough for me to dig up just a week ago. And again, it's just been the past couple days since I've noticed this. So one thing I did notice last night in the evening time, that this thing sits in a drawer and my mind is still very aware that it's there. And last night when it came evening time and my son was being put down for bed, I went to the couch and I picked up the Catechism of the Catholic Church. I picked up a prayer book. I just started. I went into the evening with intention and it felt really good. And last night though, the phone was in the drawer and I grabbed it. I went and I picked it up and I went and sat on the couch and I scrolled between 2 different accounts on Instagram. And I'll tell you, it was probably 20 minutes of scrolling. And I stood up afterwards and my mind was already in a bit of a daze. And I was just, my mood, my overall energy had shifted like significantly. So good lesson there. good reminder of why I'm doing this. Also understanding grace and patience with myself, that it's not going to be an overnight thing, but I have noticed more presence. I'm picking up direction again in some hobbies that I've been interested in. And more than anything, there's like a sense of hurriedness and rush, and I'm on a pursuit to eliminate that completely, that feeling of, oh, what's pushing behind me and keeping me in this like hyper-vigilant, rushed, hurried state. I've felt that melt away these past couple days, like literally melt away. And everything about this experiment so far is giving me indication and signs of goodness, of slow and subtle transformation. Maybe that's not so subtle, it's pretty big actually, but it feels like the course is correct, and everything else in life that has felt chaotic and out of whack and like needs me to be this certain way, solving problems all the time. It's like what is already hasn't changed, but my perspective, my observation, my ability to engage with and be present with what already is, that's what's changed. My life is still the same objectively, but it's incredible. I'm grateful for this device, not for what it physically is, but for what it emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything represents for my goals of this season of my life. And it couldn't come at a better time. So just over a week, I think we're 8 or 9 days into this experiment, and 2 thumbs up for me. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you're dealing with any of this stuff on either side of this. If you felt a sense of liberation from minimizing your technology, or if you're feeling trapped and like burdened and anxious, that is technology playing a role in that, whatever. I'd love to hear. Thanks for watching.